There's a stranger in my house. It's wild to figure out. Honestly, y'all, that's gonna be the song that we sing every time we got to talk about Simon Guobadia and Porsha Guo Williams. Okay. Well, she told us I don't which Porsha will be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Will it be Porsha Guobadia, as she stated in the IG post, or Porsha Williams? Okay. I'm assuming Williams at this point, if the nanny has anything to say about it. Oh, yes. We got a couple of things that we need to discuss today. Y'all already know the drill. Links are in the description. Book, trip, Bali, boom. I'll be launching the trip likely this Friday. Okay, so you guys can get your coins ready. You can pay with the firm, and it's going to be reasonable. I already looked at the flights; they look reasonable for what you guys have told me on the survey. So, with that being said, let's get into this jamboree. Okay. All right, so the headline reads, according to our friends over at the Bravo Shade Room, and this is also coming from Radar Online, okay? So you got these two sites. I'm gonna put the link in the description. All right, the headline reads, Simon is using the nanny as a witness in this ugly divorce. Now, the nanny is slamming Porsha for bringing the armed guard around the children. Apparently, the guy was inside the house sitting on the stairs with his piece showing. Okay. It was shocking to me. Piece, it don't mean nothing sexual. I'm just using another word in the alternate because of the platform. Okay. But you guys, the pow of it all. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into the story. All right. So apparently, Radar Online, then got the witness affidavit that was submitted by one of Simon's nannies. Now, her name is redacted, thank the Lord, okay? But basically, Simon also then introduced a second witness to back up his claims against Porsha, right? So this is what the nanny said. Now, the nanny said the day Porsha returned home 2 weeks later, I'm assuming this was after filing, right? She said that Porsha parked her car outside. The nanny says, I did not know she was coming with a guy that day. Simon asked me, can you go and open the door for Porsha and ask what she needs and whether she needs to come inside the home? So this is seeming, I guess, maybe amicable in some way, shape, or form. So the nanny says, I went outside to meet Porsha and I said, Simon is asking, do you need to come inside the house to get something? And Porsha said that she does not need to answer anything. And then she went inside the house with a security guy with a pow thing, okay, with the weapon. Now, apparently, the man was a big guy who was walking like a bad guy, a bad man, Majima, and did not know. She says that she did not know that Porsha was coming with a guy. This came out of nowhere. I had never seen this guy before. The guy was inside the house, sitting on the stairs with the pow showing. She says it was shocking to me. The nanny then says, I was concerned. All right. She says that Simon called the police at that point and officers came out and spoke to everyone. Porsha left with the security guard around midnight, according to the affidavit. Now, it doesn't state what time Porsha arrived or how long she was there, as far as I can see. But I'm quite sure if you dive deep into the court records of it all, you will find out. So we're just basically going to give you the surface level of it all to give you just a general idea of where this situation is at this current time, right? So then the nanny says that Porsha came back days later with another man, okay? She said Simon changed the locks because she and the children did not feel comfortable being alone, not knowing if another man would come to the home. Now, Um, here's what there's a couple of things that I kind of want to ponder over. I wonder why or what led Portia to the point where she felt that she needed security with her. Had something occurred such that she felt the need to bring, you know, to have some type of safety precautions? That's interesting to me because that we it nowhere in this does it tell us Portia's frame of mind at that moment, and we don't hear that from Portia, you know, in her Amazon lives or anything like that. For the most part, in her Amazon lives, Portia keeps things pretty light and pretty, you know, happy. And, you know, I'm assuming because that's a job for her. You know what I'm saying? And that job is to, you know, get people to either, you know, purchase through links of Amazon items that she is recommending, or just to kind of spill like a little tea, enough to keep your appetites wet, but not enough to really give you any deep details. So I do have to wonder why it is that she felt the need to do that. Something happened that maybe caused her to feel that way. Perhaps, allegedly. I don't know. And because we're not hearing that side of the story, right? So anyway, um but on the flip side of that, if you have people that you don't know, like I do not like, in my opinion, unless I am there to supervise, you know, even people coming in to service my home, you know what I'm saying? Much less strangers. I'm not really fond of that idea, but you know, I can almost understand why someone would want to change the locks in this instance. If there are people coming into the home and there are children there, and you don't know who these people are, and they carry in pow pows with them. So I mean, I'm looking at the situation, trying to look at it from both sides of the equation in this point. But let me know what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue on. The nanny then says this, okay, or wrote, the last time that Portia came to the house, she did not leave. This was on Sunday, March the 24th of 2024. She came with a guy to open the gate again. She came with her daughter, her mother, and her mother's boyfriend. She was bringing her stuff back to the house. The same guy opened the gate. Then they started searching the house, went downstairs, and disconnected the cameras around the house. The cameras are not working. This makes me uncomfortable because I am with the kids by myself as their nanny when their father is away at work. Now, the end of this person says that they've worked for Simon since May of 2020 before he married Portia. I guess this was also when he was married to Fallon, maybe. Anyway, they said that they cared for Simon kids before Portia entered the picture and looked at Portia um and her daughter Pilar. All right, so let me say this about the camera situation. That is also a little disturbing to me because I mean, for me, I guess maybe it could be one or two things. Maybe Portia didn't want nobody to see what she was doing in the house, and I don't know why. We can only speculate on that at this point. But also too, like, I feel like if you got camera, if I got listen, having cameras in the home, I'm gonna tell you something, it's like one of the best things because you can always see what's going on inside your home and around your home. Okay. So if somebody disconnects the camera to your home, especially if you got kids, like I'm gonna be upset about that. I'm just letting y'all know. Like I'm gonna be upset about it. But I don't, because we don't know what is actually going on. And then also too, the nanny obviously is under Simon's employ. So then do you believe the nanny as well? So just a lot of questions you got to ask yourself. You know, we in the court, I mean, this is the court of public opinion, right? We not the court system I'm not laying down verdicts on nobody. I'm simply presenting you guys with what is out there. And you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And then furthermore, how do we relate this back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is our true purpose for when we discuss these types of things on this channel. What will we see? Have they began filming even a little bit at this point? If not, why? And clearly they have, because Simon has reportedly asked for those, any filming, anything that has been filmed to be submitted for document, to the courts or whatever like that. So Real Housewives of Atlanta is going to be interesting whenever it does premiere. I mean, we have no idea who is else on the cast outside of Kenya, likely Drew, and maybe Ming Lee. We've heard Shamia, so we'll just have to see how this all plays out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Okay. All right. We have got a couple more things to talk about, y'all. I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I was a little nervous about this summer because I'm like, ain't really nothing gonna be on television. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. No, I mean, I'm not saying nothing, but like, I'm talking about our Sunday nights, right? However, I mean, because of the shows that we like to watch and talk about on this channel specifically, right? A lot of the shows that feature predominantly African American cast. Thank God, Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back, and that looks like it is going to be a banger of a season. But when you really look at it, like, I mean, we Jersey will be on Sunday nights. I mean, we got Martha's Vineyard that's still on. That's pure chaos to me. I don't even know how to get into that really, because the episodes are so chaotic. I mean, I don't know what's happening from one second to the next, but you know, um, we are almost at 200,000 subscribers on this channel. So maybe, we'll do like a little 200 subscriber live and we'll recap Martha's Vineyard, because I did watch the entire episode. I don't really know. I'm gonna try to figure out what to do so that we can celebrate that together. And if that's today, then I'll try to do it later on this afternoon. But anyway, what I got to say is I'm trying to figure out what am I going to be watching this summer. And thankfully, outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville, we're going to probably recap Jersey as much as we can, and then Dubai as much as we can. But y'all know our other perennial favorite is coming back, and that is the Braxton family is back on our TV with not the Braxton family values, but it's simply the Braxtons. Now, we don't have a date yet, as far as I understand, but we do know that it will be summertime. So I am going to be very interested in seeing how all of this plays out. I see a lot of people in the comment section who are, wondering what it will be like without our dearly departed and beloved Tracy. I know so many of us really loved her, and we really rallied around Tracy when she had decided to continue filming, when, there was a bit of I don't know what happened with the cast and the network, and Tracy persevered on. And, honestly, looking back on it, I give her props for doing so, and God rest her soul. So it'll be interesting to see, how they pick up. I love the Braxtons. I love the Braxton family values. So I'm super excited about this. And so we will definitely be talking about this show. All right. Now, the last bit of tea I just thought was it's kind of a cute little story, but it was also like, it's interesting. I know that a lot of you guys saw Beyonce promoting her sacred hair care line. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is not something that I have used yet, although I am a huge Beyonce fan. I mean, Cowboy Carter is still on high rotation along with Renaissance and just about every other Beyonce album in creation, because I'm just that big of a fan. But I had not had a chance or an opportunity to use it. I guess I could use it on my beard, right? However, Beyonce, I'm assuming, as sort of I guess a lot of people were wondering about the product, because a lot of people maybe had assumed that because Beyonce may or may not, wear her natural hair out all the time, what that would look like and how she would market something in such a way that a lot of times these products not want to say require, but they do better in sales when the person who is selling it has a connection with the product that is visible, right? So here we go. So Beyonce made a post, talking about how special of an experience it's been seeing everybody else do their rituals, that she had to join in on the fun too. So she goes about, showing a video of her natural hair and, them putting the products in and, styling the hair. And I guess somebody in the comment section said Kenya Moore is shaking in her boots. To which Kenya responded and said, "Nope, I was the first celebrity to do it because of my passion for hair. And I'm proud of Beyonce. There is room for us all." Now, I cannot confirm or deny whether or not Kenya Moore was the first to do it, but I'm not mad at Kenya Moore because I think that she has worked hard to build her brand from the ground up. So, in response to that, Kenya Moore has done her own version of the hairstyle. Or not the hairstyle, but of the sort of process by which Beyonce used her product. Kenya is now also following suit, in which to me is probably less about the clapback of it all and more about um I would say marketing and promotion. And I think it was a smart play as well, right? Because what she does here, she says, as founder of CEO of Kenya Moore Hair, I, which is a black owned small business for now, who has grown a company from the ground up, okay, to now being sold in CVS and Sally Beauty and growing. I am so proud of Beyonce and all of the female entrepreneurs in the hair care space. Please ditch the crabs in a barrel mentality and let's support each other. There is room for us all. What I will say is this. Regardless of the hoopla or whatever around it and how it was sort of crafted, I think that her messaging is actually very true. It is something that I personally live by as well. I do think that there is room enough for everybody, especially content creators, which is why I always try my hardest to celebrate other content creators, simply because there is enough space in here for all of us to be here, do this thing that we love. And I always think about collaboration over competition. So I always think about ways that people can collaborate, how we can help each other, how we can work harder together to achieve more. And I think specifically in the Black community, that is something that I, in my personal growth, work to trying to, just build bridges with people versus tearing them down, simply because I know the power of what it is that we can do together. And I think also too, with age comes also wisdom, hopefully, and experience as well. And for a lot of you guys, I know you may not know my backstory, but I used to work in news, and I had an incident where somebody that I worked with, who I really looked up to, I was hoping to learn a lot from in the news world. And when I started working at this particular space, this person who I was looking up to, and hopefully, because there was so much experience and knowledge there, that I felt like I was treated with such disrespect and just so in so many ways dismissed. And really, for me, y'all know I'm just there for a good time. I'm like, all we got to do is sit here and read these things, come up with these stories, and talk about fun stuff and have fun, playful banter. Why are we not having a good time? But what I didn't understand was that the world of news, and specifically at the network level, can be a bit competitive, and I never really understood that. And I'm so happy that at the end of the day, I am not in that space anymore. Now, I'm not saying every news station is like that, because I don't know. I've only had my experience with the one, right? But what I did take away from that experience is, at any point in time, however I can be a source of, or a ray of light for somebody else, then I'm going to do whatever I possibly can to do it within reason, if I possibly can, because otherwise, you can't pour from an empty cup. So I got to make sure my cup is full too. So I just simply say all of this to say I love the messaging that Kenya Moore left with on this note, because I also think that it's a message that can resonate with us all as we continue to grow, especially in spaces like this, where sometimes it's like there may not be a lot of us, right? what do we do to make a greater impact? And I think that's when we come together. So anyway, I just wanted to leave you guys with that. Y'all know I'm a Cancer. I'm a little bit sappy, and that's just how I roll. So with that being said, y'all, I will catch you, of course, in the next video. If you haven't already, of course, pre-ordered the book. Book 2, The Wickedest Wives. It's called A Vicious Reality. It is on Amazon.com. You guys can still go back and get the first book if you haven't read that. And also be sure to tap down in the link for the trip down below. You will have all the details on the trip to Bali. You know, the accommodations are already set. The itinerary is already set. The itinerary and the hotel, everything is already included in the cost that will come out a bit probably later today or tomorrow. And then we will go live with the launch likely on Friday. So with that being said, I will catch you all in the next video.